Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Antigua Shipyard. And on Antigua Shipyard today will be a very special match. A very special match because in the bottom right-hand corner, playing as the blue Protoss, we have Sage. And playing as the pink Zerg in the top left-hand corner, managed to fight his way back from a 1-0 deficit in a best of 3 that would have cost him the tournament. We have Bly.
Yep, I gotta say, impressive comeback so far. You don't often see a player come back from the loser bracket to win it all, but Bly has the reset now and can hope to get something done. We saw his extremely aggressive night display pay off extremely well. Sorry. And we've seen that throughout this tournament. It's basically something that every player that's going to be playing Bly is going to have to be aware of that might just happen.
Yeah, he could just completely wreck your face with some early aggression. And it happens. And his Nidus worms have been ridiculous this tournament.
Yep. And I gotta say, Sage on the other hand, we haven't seen that much of him. And yeah, usually I want to comment on both players' performance in the tournament, but we haven't really gotten to see many of Sage's games.
No, we've literally seen Sage versus Bly, and that's it.
And
that was
so.
the first game he played. That was a winners bracket round 2, and then this. So that's all we've seen of Sage. And oh, nice block there with that drone.
Is that gonna go forced to go Forge first?
Yeah, absolutely does have that. Oh, did he seriously just do what I think he did?
Ah, Manor Hatch.
Oh wow! Throws down the hatchery to block off the expansion.
I thought he was putting down his natural. I really thought so. I'm like panning over. I'm like, wait a minute. There's no base here. What's going on? Look back and I'm like, oh wait a minute.
So, using this hatchery to completely mess up the positioning of Sage's buildings here, we will see that expansion cancel before it finishes. But really nice here by Bly, being, literally as Bling described his play, really annoying. Oh, I love it.
Evo Chamber? Yeah, Evo Chamber! Yeah!
Oh, this is perfect right now. And the fact that Sage has thrown down a pylon, is that blocking where his expansion would go?
I think that cannon might just be in the mirror line. It shouldn't be blocked.
That one would be fine.
Yeah.
Cannon does complete, so it is doing some damage to this Evo Chamber.
You can run in as soon as the Evo Chamber finishes. No, you let it finish, and the Broodlings come out, and as soon as you do, you run in with the Lings.
Yep, absolutely. This is perfect right now. There are 2 cannons.
Here we go.
Broodlings, here we go, pulling the fire, and in he goes. But he's blocking off. He's blocked it off. Wow, great defense here by Sage, who can fight out his expansion. This
is madness, man. I mean, look at it. When it's all said and done, though. I mean, this is 15 versus 22 workers. They both have their naturals coming up. Bly has it a little sooner, but still, they're both getting their naturals. This isn't bad for Sage at all. I mean, this was a huge investment to make for Bly, and Sage fended it off quite well.
No, what Sage needs to do, sorry, Bly needs to do now, is he needs to make the most of having this expansion up first and drone like a madman. That's what he needs to do right now. And I'm still getting tiny little lag spikes. Is it okay on your end?
Yeah, looks okay on mine end.
Good. That is the important bit, because that's what the audience sees. Thank you, audience, for tuning in to us today. And we've been going for a while. Thank you for sticking with us.
Yep. But of course, this is the last best of 3 of the tournament. We've stretched it out as long as we can. It has to end sometime.
Yep. All good things must come to an end, and we will see how long this one takes to get to an end. We could see another 2-1 here out of these 2 players. Who knows? That would be exhausting to say the least. But we are seeing both players go for normal tech right now. Lair on its way for Bly, who has now taken the supply lead by droning literally like a madman. Whereas Sage is continuing to get out his warp gate, get his +1 attack, and is throwing down a couple gateways.
Right as the Overlord is going to scout it.
Good timing. Oh dear.
It's going to be well aware of what's going on. The scout from the other side coming in as well. Not even going to be needed because there's nothing else left to scout. You already saw everything.
Exactly. You already saw it all with that hatchery and the Evo chamber.
6 gate
So,
now.
yeah, 6 gate. That's fairly aggressive. Wouldn't be surprised to see him go for some sort of aggression at this point.
No, you know, it would be a good follow-up because he knows that, hey, you know, Bly made that huge investment. I might be able to punish him for it. On the other hand, if he does, I think he's going to be overreaching a little bit.
I think you may be right. And Sage is moving out across the map a bit, but the Lings just run straight past this main army. Looks like they're going to try and get that forward pylon, and they definitely will kill that off. But Zealots are able to do a fair amount of damage, and the Stalker is doing some damage. There are 2 more forward pylons going down, but Bly knows exactly what's going on here. Will take down the probe and may get these 2 pylons here. Will definitely get one, but the Zealots are moving in, making it very difficult right now. I doubt he will get the second one. So the forward pylon will go up. Burrow is on the way for Bly right now. That could help a lot.
Last second cancel there. That's all he needs. And he gets that 1 pylon up. But can he deal with the Roaches now is the question. Of course, Roach is pretty efficient against Stalkers. Stalkers don't really have the answers that that Sage is looking for right now. The sentries come on out. So we're going to have 2 force fields in here. Then again, this huge wide ramp in this case actually is an advantage for the defender because basically force fields can't block that off efficiently.
Yep, absolutely. And we're seeing 2 more pylons going down to get Sage over the supply over the 68 supply. 2 more units warping in to get him up to it until those pylons complete. And when they do complete, we'll see a couple more units on their way. And here we go. He's moving in. The Zealots do some good force fields, trapping a couple roaches. The Zealots get around the back of the Zealots. Some more, I think those are sentries. Those Zealots warping in at the bottom. And Sage is moving in. He's got the choke at the moment with the force field, but the force field does go down. He's pushing forward. The roaches are going down, but there's the burrow. There's no detection at all. So Sage is just going to move forward and just kill everything right now. He doesn't care. Just like, you can be behind me if you want. I don't care. And he's going to start retreating down, but the roaches behind him are picking off the sentries slowly. So many roaches right now, but there's a lot of stalkers here. And he's going to be able to pick off this spy crawler and slowly kill off these roaches. Drones really being pulled. Try and deal with this. This is really intense. This could bring Sage into a 1-0 lead, but the roaches are beginning to push back. Where is the next warp in for Sage? He needs it so badly. Here come 3 Zealots. They will be able to help out a lot. And he's going to try and kill off with it, but the Stalker and Zealot count is in Sage's favor. 4 roaches are on the way. Another sentry being warped in to try and get at least 1 force field. Nice burrow there. Was that the Queen?
Yep, that was the Queen.
The Queen by Bly. Keeping it alive there. Very nice. And we're seeing the roaches pushing back in again, but the supply count is in Bly's favor, but Sage has more attacking units right now, and good position with the Zealots, keeping those Zerglings off his Stalkers. He's just dancing around right now. He's so nervous about pushing in. He doesn't know what his opponents have or where it is. He doesn't want to engage in this choke. Good force field. Couple of the roaches, but the roaches do manage to escape. And the Zealots are having to get out of there. But now Bly can't engage into this position. So Sage could, in theory, focus down the hatchery. Here we go. Force fields go down. Roaches are pushing forward, trying to focus down the Stalkers. That's exactly what he's going to do. More Stalkers move in from the side. The count is currently even, but there's more roaches hidden around the base. Burrowed, and they pop up. Surprise! Moving forward, they're going to try and get these Stalkers, and Sage is probably going to have to pull back here.
Yep. Great defense there by Bly. Really holding in there. On the other hand, you know, if we look at the bottom line right now, we see that there were even in workers because there was still a lot of drones actually lost there. Army-wise, well, you know, Sage is not in a bad position. And of course, this huge roach count for Bly is going to put him a little bit in the lead. But it's not the end of the world quite yet. It's unfortunate that Sage is of course going to lose all these pylons. On the other hand, you know, this could be a good chance. It could be a good time to basically just try to attempt a third and see what you can get done with that.
Yeah, that sounds like the right decision to me. He's continuing to probe up, throwing down his robotics facility. So we're just seeing him progress into normal tech, and he's definitely going to need this robotics facility in order to deal with these roaches right now, which is still just killing off pylons, being really annoying right now.
Yep, so that food cap now really starting to kick in. Remaking these pylons, but still not producing anything right now. And this is kind of a slight bit of a dangerous problem.
Yeah,
Nah.
does have the money. I would like to see him throw down a cannon. He did have the 150 minerals and his pylons weren't complete.
I don't think he needs
so
it.
I would have preferred to see him make a cannon.
Yeah, I don't think he needs it right now, though. I think he can defend with this.
Yes.
This force is enough to deal with the roaches. If there comes if the wave of lings comes, then he's in trouble.
This is true, and we're seeing the mothership core move forward. He knows there's no anti-air, so that's going to just chase off these roaches. They know that they can't really shoot back. But we have seen the infestation pit is now finished, and pathogen glands is on the way, and Bly is taking his third.
Yep, cheeky roaches there, getting shooed away by the mothership core. Well, the scout there gets shut down. And if we look at the food count, I mean they're even, so it's pretty solid.
Yeah, this is fairly normal out of both players still, both after the early aggression.
Yeah, if we look at that, Bly's getting his third down. It's going to be a bit of an advantage. On the other hand, Sage can get something done as well. So still basically the aggression, the push, or the how do we quaintly put that, the check as the roaches made it toward the front of Sage, keeping him honest. Didn't really change the game very much.
No, not really. We're still back into a fairly normal game. We have 2 Immortals out, which will help deal with these roaches. 14 Lings to help deal with these Immortals. And we have seen the Overlord over Sage's third get killed off. So we will see Sage attempt to take his third fairly soon. Is this roach actually going to die? Come on, Bly. He selected it for a second.
Yep.
No, he knows it. Very sneaky there. Mothership Core's just going to chill for a bit.
Yeah, if only had the Mothership Core earlier, he would have actually been able to get something done at least,
Yep, absolutely. And oh wow, that was quite good. Sage just moves his army past while that roach is burrowed.
Yeah.
Yeah, very nice there. So
one single zealot, of course, comes by, kind of ruins it. Here we go.
Just like, damn it, Zealot, you had to ruin everything. But here we go, here's the engagement. Oh. Good fungal there on a lot of the units. The Mothership Core is trying to do the damage. It has got it will have detection against these burrowed units. The Spike Crawlers are able to hit right now. The Zealots aren't able to get involved.
And
Sorry, I died there for a second.
Force field, though, beautiful play so far, actually causing Bly to only be able to use small segments of his army so far. But then again, this is not going to last. That energy on the sentries is going to run out, and then we are really going to see these roaches start kicking in. A lot of drones are being pulled here as well, though, by Bly. Bly throwing everything at this, thinking that, hey, I've got 3 bases. As long as I manage to defeat this army, I'm going to be in okay shape. But still, losing a ton of roaches right now. Has 10 out still, 12 in production, so he's trying to just get an army up in time again. But taking heavy damage in the meanwhile.
Infestors have gone down though, and more Stalkers are coming in from below. They're pushing in. There's only 8 roaches in production. There's a lot up on top, but the Immortals are just tearing through them. This is not looking good for Bly at all. It will put Sage in the lead again. And it's taken Bly 1 match away from losing again.
GG. So that does mean that we're going to have another championship point here for Sage.